Artificial general intelligence, the idea of machines that can think, reason, and learn like humans, has long been the stuff of science fiction. But today, it's no longer a distant dream. From rapid advances in machine learning to breakthroughs in neural networks, we may be closer to AGI than ever before. But how close, really? In this video, we'll explore what AGI actually means, where the technology stands right now, and what it would take to cross that final threshold. Are we on the edge of a revolution, or still chasing a moving target? Let's find out. Today we will talk about the future of AGI. How close are we to artificial general intelligence? So before we get started, make sure to hit that like button, also subscribe to my channel. The difference between AI and AGI. To understand how close we are to AGI, it helps to start by clarifying what AGI actually is and what it's not. Right now, what we call AI is actually narrow AI. These are systems that perform specific tasks, often at superhuman levels, but only within the boundaries of what they've been trained to do. Your voice assistant, your social media algorithm, even the AI that can beat world champions at Go or Dota. These are all examples of narrow AI. AGI is something entirely different. An AGI would be able to learn any intellectual task a human can, without needing to be retrained from scratch. It wouldn't just mimic understanding. It would actually possess it. It could reason, solve unfamiliar problems, and adapt to new environments, just like a person can. That's a massive leap. Narrow AI works by recognizing patterns in data. AGI would need to understand context, infer meaning, and apply common sense. And that's what makes the challenge so monumental. Recent breakthroughs fueling AGI hopes. Despite the difficulty, progress in AI over the past decade has been astonishing. Language models like GPT-4 and beyond can generate remarkably human-like text. Image generators can produce photorealistic art from simple descriptions. Multimodal systems can understand text, images, and even video in a single pipeline. Some models can now follow complex instructions, simulate reasoning, and even exhibit early signs of planning. Advances in transformer architectures, reinforcement learning, and neural scaling laws have enabled machines to perform tasks that once seemed impossible. AI agents can learn to code, debate, write fiction, and even design new scientific experiments. These are not examples of AGI, but they're beginning to mimic aspects of general intelligence. Some researchers argue that if we keep scaling these models with more data, more compute, and better algorithms, we may eventually cross a threshold. Intelligence, they argue, might emerge gradually rather than suddenly. Others caution that raw scale alone may not be enough, and we're still missing something fundamental. The missing pieces of AGI. To reach true AGI, there are still several hard problems left to solve. One of the biggest is common sense reasoning. Humans can draw on a vast network of implicit knowledge about how the world works. We know that water makes things wet, that people get tired, that gravity pulls things down. AI still struggles with these basic assumptions, especially when taken out of their training context. Another challenge is understanding and maintaining goals. Human thinking is shaped by values, emotions, social instincts, and long-term planning. We don't just solve problems. We decide which problems are worth solving. For AGI to truly match human intelligence, it would need a framework for understanding intention, ethics, and purpose. That's a tall order for a machine. Additionally, AGI would need the ability to continually learn and adapt. Right now, most AI systems are trained once and then deployed. They don't keep learning in the wild the way humans do. Lifelong learning, memory, and the ability to build a coherent model of the world over time are key ingredients still under active research.
So how close
Are we close? The answer depends on who you ask. Some leading voices in AI believe AGI could arrive within the next 10 to 20 years. They point to exponential growth in computing power, improvements in training techniques, and the unexpected capabilities emerging in today's large models. Others believe this optimism is premature. They argue that the leap from narrow intelligence to general reasoning is not just a matter of more data or bigger models. It's a fundamentally different kind of problem. We might need entirely new paradigms in AI research before AGI becomes viable. Still, the pace of progress is hard to ignore. 10 years ago, few would have predicted that AI could write essays, compose music, or ace university exams. Yet here we are. If the last decade has taught us anything, it's that the future can arrive faster than expected, and sometimes in ways we don't anticipate. The risks and rewards of AGI. If AGI does become a reality, it will be one of the most transformative moments in human history. The benefits could be extraordinary. AGI could accelerate scientific discovery, solve global challenges, and automate work across every sector. It could help cure diseases, optimize economies, and unlock insights that no human mind could discover on its own. But the risks are just as real. A superintelligent AGI could become unpredictable, uncontrollable, or misaligned with human values. If its goals conflict with ours, even unintentionally, the consequences could be catastrophic. That's why some of the world's top scientists and entrepreneurs are urging caution, calling for strong safety research and regulation before AGI arrives. There's also the danger of misuse. Even before AGI, advanced AI tools can already be used for surveillance, manipulation, cyber warfare, and disinformation. As these tools become more powerful, the risks grow. AGI could be the most powerful technology humanity has ever built, and with great power comes the need for great responsibility. How the world is preparing. Governments, companies, and research institutions are beginning to take AGI seriously. New frameworks for AI safety and ethics are being developed. Initiatives are underway to ensure that future AGI is aligned with human values, transparent in its decisions, and accountable in its behavior. Leading labs are investing heavily in alignment research, studying how to make AGI understand what we want, not just what we say. International efforts are also beginning to discuss global agreements, similar to nuclear treaties, to prevent runaway development and ensure cooperation. Yet the question remains, can we control something more intelligent than ourselves? That challenge, both technical and philosophical, may be the hardest of all. What happens next? Whether AGI arrives in 10 years or 50, it's clear that we're entering a new era. Artificial intelligence is no longer a distant dream. It's already changing how we live, work, and think. And as we inch closer to general intelligence, the stakes are rising. Will AGI usher in an age of abundance, or become the greatest threat we've ever faced? Will it be a tool for good, or a force we can't control? These are questions that can't be answered by engineers alone. They will require input from philosophers, policymakers, scientists, and citizens alike. Because AGI is not just a technological milestone. It's a turning point in human evolution. It forces us to ask who we are, what we value, and what kind of future we want to build. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comment section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.